Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I hope sincerely you're having a good day. I'm having a good one because today we are going to get the Dakota into the shop because we need to paint the bed rails and, well, the bed frame, I should say. The frame. It's not a bed frame, it's the frame. The frame of the truck. It's kind of scaly. I want to brush paint. Like I said, you don't ever come here for proper English. You come here for a bit of entertainment, just a little, and a bit of tutorials. Anyway, I want to get this bed frame painted, and before I put the bed on, the freshly painted bed, you saw that in a couple of the last videos. I don't know what sequence we're in, but anyway, nonetheless, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be cutting off this stuff. I got to do that, I forgot. I'm going to be cutting off this. We don't need this. And there's some prep work we got to do. But before we do that, I've already got it with me. Got the jump box because this has been sitting here for maybe a month and a half probably. And I think also, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to put this in drive, and I know that this wheel right here is probably going to be set up, or that one's going to spin over there, and this one's going to be stuck a little bit. So I'm going to have to kind of gun it a little bit. So that should be interesting. I don't think it'll be stuck where I'm gonna have to like tug on it with anything, but it will be a bit of a challenge moving it. Anyway, we're gonna get the jump box on it and get this thing moved into the garage and get this moving, man. We gotta get this box on there. It's been long enough. I wanna get this done before any more flies attack me, but before any more fall happens. All right, let's get to it. Well, I think we gotta figure out a name for this old girl. Why don't you comment down below and come up with something? I'm probably not really that good at figuring out names, but you know, something like old reliable, but I don't know, that's not a good one. Something clever. Anyway, I knew it wasn't gonna be a big deal getting this thing started. Right now, I know that this is gonna be set up right here. This needs some attention in the back, so I know that it's gonna spin over on that side, but nonetheless, let's try and move it and get it up to the garage. It's not gonna be a big deal, but I think it's gonna be some back and forth to get it broken loose. I might be surprised, but let's go ahead and check it out. I forgot something. Okay, that went off really without a hitch. So she's in, and you know, the paint that I painted on here, I don't know, is probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago. No, actually it was like 5 years ago, because this was parked 5 or 6 years ago. So this paint's been on here a while now. It's not looking all that great. Let me show you.
Okay everyone, I'm gonna have to explain this one to you because I seem to have misplaced the video footage for this, but do you see those black spots? Yeah, that's like black mold. And I'm not going for a mossy oak look on this truck. I'm going for like a Bradley tank, like a Humvee sort of look on this thing, and the best way to get rid of this is to basically comet wash this thing, but that's for another video. I just wanted to show you this black mold from sitting for about, pretty much 5 years. Alright, back to the video.
Well, it's been a minute, as the kids say, you know, trying to be more hip. It's been a minute, as the kids say, since I've had anything this big on the lift. And it's kind of a good thing that the box isn't on there, because here's what the situation is over here. I would have to close the door for it to be up that far. And yeah, it fits no problem, really. The lift is not up all the way, but really I'm just doing this right now so I can take a look underneath. And this is only two-wheel drive right now at the moment. I do have a used half shaft for it, so I'm gonna just take a look to see if I can go ahead and use it, because it came from a different truck. It should be the same, because this is just an extended cab, and the half shaft that it came from is also just an extended cab. And it was a V6, this one's a V8, but that shouldn't make any difference. So hopefully it will be the same, because I don't have to buy any more parts. Unnecessary parts, I should say. Well, that's part of it. The rest should be back here, but it's not, of course. Why would it be with the rest of the shaft? I hope it's not on the truck itself. That would really suck, because I'm gonna have to go, and that is the truck right there. That's the truck right there, guys. I'm gonna have to crawl underneath and see. I'm gonna guarantee right now it's on the truck, because that just slides off, and there's no way that I would have just said, well, I'm gonna take this off. I know that it's on the truck. I know it. Unless it's in the back. Sorry, I went dark. Unless it's in the bed of that truck, there's just no way. I know it's in there, so I'm gonna go check. I was just about to walk out there, and I wasn't gonna film it and take you guys with me. Sometimes the good Lord likes me. Check this out. I happened to look down over in the corner and look. I knew I took it off. Here it is. And this is the part I was talking about. I was thinking was on that truck over there. I don't know what. Oh, I think this is the bad one. Let me see. Yes. This is the bad one that came off of this truck. This is a decent one that came off the parts truck. Yep. Yes, good. Now, where's the hardware? I think it's in a bin or something. I'll find it. I know I have it. I have it somewhere. Look at, no, Dakota tailgate. That is not drive shaft stuff. We're halfway there. I know I have the bolts and crud for that. It's in the other building. I have all the hardware pieces. I'll find it. But that's great. I knew I seen that laying around somewhere. Okay, what's next? Let's get this back down. I'm gonna show you what I need to do to the frame again. Need to cut all that garbage off that I left on to get the bed off, and then start just painting this. You know, I don't think I'm gonna get into a lot of paint, because I need to take the bumper off too. That's gonna help getting the box on. It's gonna make things a lot more easy. So there's a lot of prep involved in getting the box back on. So I'm guessing a couple 2-3 days, So let me show you. Okay, in order to get the box off of this, back here, these were just so rusty, I didn't even attempt to unscrew them from the underside. I just went ahead on the top side, cut out some notches, and went ahead and cut it. These guys here, these mounting points, I was actually able to get these bolts out. But these guys, as you can see, nope. So I'm gonna go ahead and torch these out, or just go ahead and cut them with the die grinder. And that shouldn't be too hard. I'm also gonna go ahead and remove this. This is the backup horn. This is for when you're backing up, it emits a very loud sound, or it's for tailgaters to get them off of you. Just kidding, this is the cable winder thing for the spare, and this obviously will never ever be used again, and there's no need to have this plate in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out. Maybe I'll torch it out. I'll probably end up just taking the grinder and cut this plate right out. Then I can get on with painting the entire frame, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Rust-Oleum. Got this stuff here. I've got a open can, but there's plenty of it still left, and an unopened can, tons left. So this is semi-gloss, and yeah, it should work just fine. When I'm done with that, you guys, another thing I'm going to be doing is fixing this. This flex pipe should not be here. This should be one solid piece. So what I'm gonna end up doing is hacking this out right here and welding in a solid piece, because if you come over here, this just, I mean, it shouldn't do that. That's just, and then if you look over here, that's just bad. You know, they just, whatever they did, they just put this piece, this doesn't go with this truck, but you know, they used what they had. Check this out. It serves its purpose, but this has a leak here and an exhaust leak. Yeah, it has an exhaust leak in here, so I want to get rid of that. It's not real bad, but I want to take care of that because I don't like how it's squishy. So that's a relatively easy repair, no big deal, and yeah, take care of it tonight or tomorrow probably. This week, I want this out of here. Out of here and at least over there, so that in the other building is the bed, and maybe call a buddy of mine. He said he would help me, but I don't know if he's gonna have time. He's got some things going on of his own. Either way, I want the bed on the back end of this truck and bolted down. Also, when I was painting the bed, I forgot to paint this. And I said to myself, don't forget to paint this. So it's all right. I have to paint the tailgate anyway. I have some bodywork I want to do on the tailgate. So I just have to remember not to forget to paint that. And I do have some paint still mixed here. Don't know if it'll be any good by the time I get to it. I have plenty of the paint, so it's not a big deal. It's not a big worry. I'm not worried about it. But in the meantime, gonna go ahead and start doing everything. Hey guys, what's up? It's the next day and I had a busy night last night. I was actually doing a live while painting this thing. And what else did I do? Oh yeah, I removed the mounting points. I cut those off. And it was a good day. It was a good day. It was a good live. Had a lot of viewers. And I want to thank you guys for sticking around while I was doing this. And it was pretty awesome, man. Interacting with you guys is awesome. So I really appreciate it. I am moving on to this exhaust pipe while I've got the bed off. I was going to go ahead and do some painting. So I think what I'm going to do right now, though, before I do the sloppy paint stuff, I'm going to go ahead and hack this pipe off. But what I want to do is cut this, and I'm getting to looking at it, and I think, you know, because this piece is from another truck, I think what I'll end up doing is maybe just doing like a straight back pipe and doing some of my own hangers and sort of like my own custom work. I don't know. I'm gonna have to run to the parts store and find a full length piece and maybe just put a pipe out the back. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see. I'll have to come up with something, but I might just hack a piece in there. I'm really not sure what I'm gonna do. Either way, it's gonna be sort of custom exhaust work. I'm not good at exhaust work, but I'll have to come up with something. But nonetheless, I'm gonna have to run to the parts store and come up with something. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and hack this piece out.
Later that same evening.
Okay, I think I've got all the paint on there. I just finished a second coat. I've got the receiver hitch, the class 3 receiver hitch. I don't know if this was a mistake, but I was saying to myself, if this has to come out, you gotta drop the tank anyway, so it's not a big deal painting this. It was pretty rusted, so I threw a layer of Rust-Oleum oil-based paint on top of the ring that holds the fuel pump in anyway. I really had nothing to lose, so I went ahead and did it. Now, I did go to the parts store, looked for a piece of piping for the exhaust, couldn't find any. I actually went to Napa. I should say, yes, they did have some, but it was a 10-foot piece, and they wanted like $10 billion for it, so I wasn't gonna pay that. So guess what I'm gonna do with that? I'm gonna keep it there. It's functional, it has a slight exhaust leak, it's back here, it's not like it's getting into the cab and killing me, so I'm gonna leave that. I'm actually really glad that I didn't cut it out. I left it, I took a measurement, you know, it's a 3-inch piece exhaust. I'm just gonna leave it. And I'll cross that bridge when I get to it with a new piece, but for now, it works. I'm leaving it, and I just wanted to tackle this while the bed was off because it was gonna be way easier. And yeah, oh, I actually see where I missed some. You know what? I'm leaving it because I'm gonna take some of the spray undercoat and spray that. But let's take a look. Check out all the stuff that I painted. Came out pretty good. It looks way better than it did. And to be honest with you, I really didn't want to paint this, but after seeing it painted, it looks way better, and I'm kind of glad I did because it will sort of prolong the life of the truck. So let's have a look. Okay, so here we have it. Actually even painted on top of the leaf spring. What I'll do is actually get it up in the air and shoot underneath it with the spray stuff. I really don't want to be painting upside down because then the paint starts dripping on you and it makes a huge mess. Seeing how I've got probably a pint of wasted paint that has dripped down. Now, I didn't want to be like Vincent van Gogh or Picasso painting this thing. I just wanted to get it done. But again, you know, it actually came out pretty good. Got on top of the leaf spring and stuff like that. Mounting points on the shackles. This is in really, really good condition. I've seen a lot of these type of trucks that are not. I've even taken a hammer and smacked it just to make sure that I didn't have to do any welding because I would have taken care of it while the box is off. So yeah, it is in really, really good shape, and even the receiver, you know, is in fantastic shape because it's actually part of the bumper mounts to it. So the bumper's in good shape. I'll be able to reuse that. There's no rust on the bumper. So yeah, the box really was the only thing that was really rough on the thing. Well, that's going to put an end for today's video. I mean, how much more painting can you actually watch? And what is that old saying? It's like watching paint dry. That's no fun. So I think what we're going to do is let this old girl's paint dry, and tomorrow it should be all dry. But in the meantime, we are going to go inside, get some coffee, and I think the next video that we are going to do will be putting the box on. And yeah, we're making progress, man. It's gonna be awesome putting the box on this thing. I do have that drive shaft I gotta put on, and hopefully I'm not gonna be throwing too many more parts at this thing. I gotta put the wiring together. I think I'm gonna have to buy some tail lights for this thing because those were cracked or something from what I remember. Oh, I know, when I went to go unloosen them, the bolts snapped off, you know, good old rust belt. All right, so until the next video or the next live, make sure you catch me on one of those, okay? I will see you on the next one, all right? Until then, take care of yourself, and I will see you. All right, take care, bye.